You've been in a position where you've taken over captaincy. You've also been in a position where you've handed over captaincy. Is there a similarity between the transition? Uh, and I'm going to talk about two people who um, are just incredible, and they come across as lovely human beings. I know one of them, thanks to RCB, Faf, and the other is MS Dhoni, who again the world is in love with. What's that been like to kind of uh, receive and to give?
Again, as you mentioned, both people are amazing. With me and MS, there was never a question of any awkwardness in that whole period, because the reality of the situation is MS chose me. It wasn't the other way around. So when you understand that as a captain, you already have someone who has been under your wing since he was 23 and vice captain, and I was always having conversations to him about what we can do in the field, my suggestions to him, whether he can take it on board, this and that. So I was always his right hand man. I was always there understanding the game, and we also got confidence because I was playing a lot of match winning knocks for the team. So he understood that I understand the game. I understand where the game is going and what I need to do. And also I was giving him a lot of inputs on the field. I was never someone who was just standing there fielding and throwing the ball back. I was always going to him if the game was tight. What do you think we can do? Because I was always with the feel of the game. I was never really only looking at the scoreboard. Oh, these many runs, these many balls. No, what is the pitch doing? What the conditions are like? What are our bowlers bowling like? If the batsman's feeling uncomfortable or not? What fields can we put? What can we do to try and break this partnership? Or all those kind of things.
Yeah.
So he understood that very early. So he kind of took me under his wing, and since 2012 I was groomed to be the next guy who's going to take over. So that's why it was very smooth, and I had always had and still have huge respect for him, for how he captained the Indian cricket team and obviously how he performed for the Indian cricket team for so long. And I never had any kind of what do I say, ill intentions when it came to MS. Like I never felt like I should be there. You understand? Like I always was very respectful of the fact that he has so much trust in me, and I can go and talk to him about anything, any situation.
Clearly, it seems like a very respect-driven relationship between you. Yeah.
So when I became captain as well, it was still the same. He would give me advice all the time, and I was able to tell him this. I don't want to use this at this moment, and let's go ahead and use this plan. It was very clear and it was very simple. There was never awkwardness. There was never any of this. He might feel bad or I might feel bad. Never happened with us. So that was such an amazing transition which I experienced. And then here as well with Faf, as I mentioned in the interview before, we've always had a lot of respect for each other. We got along well whenever we had a few chats. And then as soon as I understood that this is RCB's plan, I messaged him. So I was